I made a space for filming Folklore Tree! Yay! Minuscule progress. Now, I was at work the other day answering phones, as I do, because that's my job, and this lady called to ask about getting a delivery to her house. Now, the family restaurant has been like several other restaurants previously, and the menu that she was reading from was about 2 or 3 restaurants old. Basically, though, what she wanted was fish and chips. Now, I was telling her about our fish and chips and taking her information down and everything for the delivery guy, and I said to her, "Can you please spell your street name for me?" I don't think this was an unreasonable request, considering that I couldn't really hear her very well. Sometimes with a cell phone, when they call in, you get a bit of a shaky connection and you can't really hear what they're saying. Anyway, she got really mad about it. I don't really understand why, and she said, "Oh, you don't even live in Kingston, do you?" and hung up. Just hung up on me. Like, what's that about? For the record, I don't really live in Kingston, technically. I live out in cottage country north of Kingston, and I only have a few places in Kingston that I actually go. So I'm not really as familiar with all the side streets and suburban areas like she apparently thought I should be. Anyway, the whole exchange seemed just so ridiculous to me, and I couldn't help but wonder, like, why did she have to be that way? What was it about me asking her to spell her address for me that got her so mad, and why did she have to react in such a rude way? I don't really understand. So today's video is going to be about how customer service jobs are really hard and a lot of the times kind of underappreciated. Now, I can understand if people have had bad experience with customer service before. I mean, there are, granted, a lot of people who work in customer service who don't really have the temperament to be working there and really shouldn't be working there. But just like there are rude people working in customer service, there's occasionally rude people that us customer service representatives have to deal with, and honestly, it only takes one person to ruin your day. Now, most of the people that I serve on a daily basis are a joy to serve. They're perfectly nice, polite, they tip well, hint hint, but it really only takes one bad apple to ruin the whole barrel, if you know what I mean. Now, the thing is, there are some people you just can't please. And that's just part of life. But when you're a customer service representative whose goal it is to please as many people as humanly possible, and someone who just can't be pleased walks into your workspace, it can cause a few problems. Go away, phone. Now, if for whatever reason I can't serve a customer to their full satisfaction, that makes me feel really bad about myself. I feel like I've failed my customer, I've failed my employer, I've failed the name of the company that I have to represent. And if one of those people who just can't be pleased walks into my workspace and is frankly really, really mean about what I can or cannot do for them, it's like the worst thing ever. I think this comes from the idea that customer service jobs are somehow lower in status and less desirable than other types of jobs. Up here, you've got CEOs and doctors and lawyers, and then you've got like middle-class jobs like government and librarians or something, and then you've got customer service and other sort of regular, apparently menial jobs at the very bottom. How many times have any of you walked into your high school careers counseling office and been told that you don't want to spend your whole life flipping burgers, or you don't want to spend your whole life behind the customer service counter at Walmart? To which I say, screw you! Customer service jobs are not unskilled jobs. You might not have to have a Harvard education to get into one of those jobs, but that doesn't mean it's a job that doesn't require a whole lot of skills and management ability. In fact, those jobs require a lot of intense skills that most people simply don't have. Things like the ability to multitask, interpersonal skills, teamwork. You have to be knowledgeable about the business you're representing, and you have to please basically everybody who comes through your door, which is, quite frankly, not really possible, but we have to try. So when you're trying to serve somebody to the best of your ability and you really want to help them and make them happy, and they just start being really rude and really mean to you, it makes you feel like crap. Think of it like a colony of ants. Basically, you need a variety of different types of ants doing different types of work in order to make the colony function. You have your soldier ants that protect the anthill, you have your worker ants that collect food and dig tunnels, and then you have the queen who basically makes more ants. Now, we all know that worker ants in an ant colony do really valuable work for the good of the colony as a whole, right? So how much sense does it make for the soldier ants to start making fun and picking on the worker ants, even though without the worker ants, you don't have a colony to begin with? So I say, let's dispense with job shaming to begin with. Even if you don't want to spend your life flipping burgers or standing behind a cash register, that doesn't mean you should devalue the work of those who do. Somebody's got to do that job after all, and it could just as easily have been you in that position. Just like nobody really likes a slut shamer, or a fat shamer, or a Hufflepuff shamer, Nobody really likes job shamers, so you know what? Let's just stop doing it altogether. So that's our lesson for today. Be nice to your customer service representatives and they will be able to help you better. If you have a problem, talk to their manager. Come on then. You coming in or what? Come on, doofus. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. And remember, be nice to people, mind your manners, and tip your waitress. Bruno doesn't like the thunderstorm. Mwah.